Hey everybody, welcome to Illuminative. I am April Bernal Cleek. I'm so thankful you're here, and I'm really grateful for whoever invited you here. So give them a big hug and tell them thank you. I want to tell you what Illuminative is. It's not a clothing line. It's not just an accessory line. It's a movement. It's a brand. We want to make a global impact. We want to create business leaders. We want to make change for you personally and professionally, to inspire others to be what they believe. That's why you're here. It wasn't too long ago when I remember sitting on the sidewalk because I couldn't afford an additional tire on my car. I was working 3 jobs. I'm trying to make ends meet. And I sat there with tears streaming down my cheeks, wondering, how do you ever get ahead? Where do you come up with an extra $100? I was at church and the offering plate came around. And I decided to give the last of what I had. And I began shaking and crying, thinking, I don't have enough. But it was in that moment that I believed that I would have enough. And that never again would I believe any other way than I will have enough. I am wealthy. And as soon as I started to believe that I could pick up extra shifts at work, I could make the extra money, I could live in abundance, I could have immeasurably more than I could ever ask for, it wasn't until then that things changed. About a year later, I started a company. And with the mindset of having enough, I took my own paycheck and I invested it into my company. The first year we were open, we did $1 million. I am smart. I am successful. I am a business owner. And every time I began to believe something about myself, my company began to succeed. I surrounded myself with a community that not only believed in me, but then they began to believe in themselves. And the more we began to believe that we were in this together, we could be successful, the more we were. So just because it seemed like I had figured things out professionally, it didn't mean that I had figured out things personally. I began to try to start a family, and I couldn't get pregnant. Why? What's wrong with me? What did I do that wouldn't let my body get pregnant? Well, these thoughts and these fears and these notions started telling me otherwise. So 4 years I went through infertility, and I wasn't sure if I believed that I would ever have a baby. And as soon as I confessed to myself that I didn't believe it was when again I had my moment of breakthrough. I began believing I am fertile. I am a mother. And I saw my babies, and I began to name them prior to me even getting pregnant. And I'm so happy to sit here and tell you that now I have 4 beautiful babies. I didn't know how that would come, but I knew that I needed to believe otherwise. I was married for 13 years to an addict. And it was one of the hardest things that I've ever had to do, to get the courage and the bravery to pack my 4 babies and walk out that door. But as soon as I began to believe that I am brave, I knew in that moment I was making the right decision, not only for me personally, but for those babies. So why do I sit here and tell you these stories? Why do I tell you more about myself? Because I know that there's elements in your life that if you just change one simple thing of what do you believe, I shared my story, you have a story. Your story matters, and we're here to support your story. To be able to offer accessories and clothing where we can put it on and be the ambassadors because we change what we're believing, or we're in the process of being what we believe. What is it that you don't believe? that you will walk out this door and say, I am going to believe differently. I believe that change is right around the corner. Thank you for being here. Enjoy the experience, and welcome to Illuminative.